Sweet. Okay, so this is an Unearthed new vinyl. This is a little extra video we're going to do today. We're joined by Mantra on the sofa. We're going to run through her forthcoming EP on Sneaker Social Club. This isn't up for pre-order. It's not out anywhere yet, so this is a little sneak preview, and we're going to get into it after this. Alright, so that was the A1 of the EP. It's called Damaged, is that right? Yes. Tell us a little bit about the tune. What you were just telling me. There you go.
So I made it a little while ago, and I remember it's actually like an old optical break that I chopped up to make the hits.
Yeah.
And I had about 3 different versions, just trying to find like the right groove for the main beat.
Yeah.
And actually one was kind of just like a straight fall to the floor, almost techno.
Ooh. Okay.
But I'm too London for that. I had to break it up a little bit. Yeah. I had to just kind of have a little bit of movement in the groove. So it was very much built around the breaks, and then all the samples is from the terrifying film Return to Oz. I will not let my kids watch, even though it's a PG.
Return to Oz.
Return to Oz. Do you know Return to Oz?
Maybe back in the midst of time I watched that one as a kid. I can't remember.
It's really freaky, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's all just a few samples from that basically that I've kind of played with.
Okay.
And yeah, just kind of layered it that way. And I think the kind of pad I think was just from a kind of synth. I think it was from Massive or something like that I built. But it came quite quickly, this tune, which is generally the best ones for me. And it wasn't like pulling my teeth out trying to finish it. Do you know what I mean? Like some are. So it all came pretty quickly. This one did, yeah.
Fair play. So this is your debut solo EP.
Yes.
What took you so long? Okay, so you've been DJing for quite a while. Obviously, Rupture is what, like 16, 17 years old at this point. The label's been going for 10 years? Ish.
Yeah.
And so, you've obviously been around and about in the scene for quite some time.
You can't do it all, basically, particularly with motherhood. And I've got 3 little boys, and production has always been the thing that comes bottom of my list of things to do.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's always been production, and it's something that then it almost feels like the longer I leave it, the further away it feels, and it feels kind of out of reach, and then feels like something that perhaps is just too far for me to be able to incorporate in my life in any kind of meaningful way. And then I have all that, you know, oh well, I'm not a proper producer because I'm not consistent, and all that nonsense that goes on in your head. And I think that's what it is. So it's like I've had like a tune here and a tune there.
Yeah, you did a bit on UVB back in the day, right? And
exactly. Mind Games. I did something on like the Rupture 5th Column album, Nocturne.
Yes.
With Repertoire as well. I had a couple of tunes out on Repertoire. But yeah, I just have never been a very consistent producer. But I'm making music.
Do you think this is going to like open the floodgates then? Is it one of those things like exercise or something? Like the hardest bit is actually getting out the door and starting. And once you do it, you're like, actually, this is all right.
The truth is, in all honesty, I'm really proud of this. This is great, and I'm happy to talk about it.
Yeah.
But I've moved on from it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and that's a really good thing, because it's like I am making a lot of music I say a lot of music at the moment. The last month has been wicked, and just with a lightness and with a playfulness and without putting myself in a cage that is just totally unnecessary.
You said you're reading that Rick Rubin book, right?
Yeah, reading the Rick Rubin book, The Creative Act, which is wicked. It's really liberating, it's really freeing. I've got wicked people around me that I'm collaborating with, and it just feels fun and playful and really exciting, which is great.
Cool. Right, okay, so we're up to the A2 now. This one is called Murder. Fair play. This one's pretty heavyweight, if I remember. Let's run for a bit.
Cool.
Nice. So yeah, that one is sure to go off at a Rupture, right? That sounds like a Rupture tune if ever I heard one.
Yeah, it works. Yeah.
Right.
It works. This tune actually, there's very little to it. There's like, I can't remember off the top of my head how many channels, but it's not like a beast. Do you know what I mean? Like a Damage, for example, is like, I don't know, 60 channels or something, whereas this one is like 20.
Okay,
so in comparison, so it's quite
simple
simple.
things are all the best. Sometimes the best. You know, you don't need a lot to make good dance music. You know.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know why. Again, this tune I made it a couple of years ago, and it was David. I was just like messing around with it, and David put it on. I remember he started dancing. I was like, yeah, and he's like, yeah. I was like, okay. So he was the one that's like, there's something in here. So I finished it. And I was
going to say, it's good to have that sort of feedback. Obviously, David makes a lot of music, some really good tunes. So
He's
you've got that.
best.
Yeah. So that have that sort of sounding board right there must be pretty useful.
100%. And he makes music in a way that it is. I haven't known a day, honestly, where there must have been a day when we've gone on holiday, he doesn't make music. But like every day.
Craftily.
Every day he's making music. Yeah, exactly. He's sneaking off.
I'm just popping out for a bit. Got his MP3 this on. Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
So for him, like, he doesn't kind of put the same sort of pressures that I can and get in my head about.
Yeah.
So he has a really kind of like.
Do you think that comes with maybe because he's more prolific, he's been releasing music for longer, he sort of let go of that after a while?
I think it's just music for him. It has to be part of his life, and it always has been a part of his life. And making music is like a ritual for him.
Yeah.
Every day he does it as a practice. So it's not a good or bad. It's just it is.
It is. Yeah.
It just is. It's just part of life, you know.
That's
and
a nice way to look at it, to be fair.
Yeah. And so then he kind of has a really grounded way of looking at it and giving feedback. You know. But sometimes, like I said, I'm like, tell me it's the best tune you've ever heard. He's like, it's good. I'm like, but is it the best thing you've ever heard ever in your life? You're not going to get that sort of response from David, you know. But yeah, he helps a lot for sure. Like just as a sounding board.
Nice, wicked. Right, let's pull it back, flip it over. Next one's pretty heavy Amen business as well, jungly business, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's Amen. I think it's
No?
more tribally.
Okay, fair play.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've given this a listen, so I should have prepared a bit more, but yeah, let's run this. This one is called Damaged. Here we go.
Oh no, this one's Victory Dance.
Victory Dance?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I was reading it wrong, yeah.
I know, that's what I thought. I suddenly was like, they've done the labels wrong. But it's not. It's a this side, that side.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
fair
that's
play.
why.
Right, so Victory Dance, let's give this a bash. So yeah, nice. Tell us a little bit about this one then. It's quite a varied EP, I've got to say. You've got some like heavy Amen stuff. The first track was sort of like, reminds me a little bit of like grimy, like grime instrumentals. You've got some slower tempo. So yeah.
This kind of little dubbed out thing really. Yeah, lots of like percussion elements going on, and I like that you can't really hear it, but there's actually a poem where they're saying lift up your sister and hold each other's hand, victory dance, and I was like, yes. That definitely sung to me. And yeah, this one again, it happened really quickly. It's just got lots of little bongos and congos and different layers of percussion, and it's just a little roller.
Nice, fair play. So you said you need your feedback, and like, do you Do you obsess about the little details in tunes then?
Yeah. I've got much better.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the kind of person that would spend like easily like 2 evenings trying to get a transition right and playing around with different reverbs on this reversed cymbal and and then it's like it actually comes to a point where actually you're just doing more damage and you're just making
the constant
it long.
tinkering.
And you're just killing the fun and joy out of it all.
There's only so many times you can listen to like a snare without just being like
And also I mean, I work so differently to David. Like we just make music. That's why we don't make music together. People always say, why don't you make music together? Because we're polar opposites in how we make music. And one thing I have definitely got for him is that kind of like, once the vibe is there, once the bones are there, just like get your arrangement and keep that energy of the tune in the arrangement. Whereas what will happen to me sometimes is I get the vibe of the tune and then I get so panicky about the arrangement that I kind of lose it. And then the tune's kind of just gone, you know?
Yeah, fair play. You need that feeling. It's like lightning in a bottle, isn't it? Yeah.
Exactly. So trying to just let stuff go, and it's, you know what, it's like, it's jungle, man. Like, it's alright if it's like a little bit raggo and if the transition is just a bit raw.
A bit rough and ready, that's what you want almost. Yeah, for sure. Right, we're going to move on to the next one. This is my favourite track on the EP. Love this tune.
Thank you.
It is called
Allah, but Allah. Not like Allah as in like Allah God. It's like ALA, which is still actually a god.
Okay.
But it's not.
All right, fair play.
ALLAH.
Cool. Well, yeah, let's spin this. Love this tune. Nice. So we were just saying, so maybe some more dubstep 140 in the works at the moment.
I'm making quite a lot of music at the moment, and it feels really good. And in the last couple of weeks, I've finished 2 tunes, which for me, I'd normally finish like 2 tunes a year.
Yeah.
But I feel it's just fun, and it's.
So when you open up your door or whatever, where do you immediately sort of go to? Do you go to sort of drum and bass jungle sort of tempos, or do you?
So what happened is, I left my hard drive at my brother-in-law's in Doncaster. We were up there a couple of weeks ago. So I was like, oh no, like I don't have my hard drive and I really want to make music. So I was just opening some old projects, but coming at it like absolutely ruthless. So being like, no. And maybe I'd be left with like 2 channels and then building it around there. So I'd be opening up projects going, I have no idea what's even in here because it's really old stuff. But actually, in a lot of the projects that I've opened, there's actually been something in there that's drawn me, and I've just got rid of all the rest. Just ruthless, just got rid of everything that's not like
sometimes
connecting.
the best way to be.
And so a couple of things were at like a 140 tempo. I was like, let me open this and see what it said. I was like, no, aha, that and that I like, and then building it around that.
Fair play, nice. Cool. So this is coming almost to the end. I want to say big shout out to Jamie at Sneaker.
He's been so patient.
Yeah, fair play.
So patient with me, thank you.
Yeah, and are always on point with the label, just sort of jumps around all over the place.
Yeah.
This is a great addition to the Sneaker family, I'd say, fits in really nicely.
Thank you.
So can you tell us any more? I mean, have you got some bits signed, or is it all just sort of in the works?
I've got EP coming out on Future Retro with Decibella and Tim Reaper.
Nice.
I think that's coming out around July.
Fair play.
That's a 4-track EP. And I don't have anything else signed from me personally at the moment. No. I don't think, no. Yeah, but I'm working on it.
Sure there's going to be
when the music's ready, it's ready. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, fair play.
No rush.
Cool. All right, wicked. Well, thanks for coming in and joining us.
you.
Hope you've enjoyed the little sneak preview. This is going to go up for I think it's next week. I'll have to commit. It is next week. So go and cop this. It's great music. And we will see you again next week on Monday for Unearthed Vinyl. We got peace.
You are now listening to the sounds of
Unearthed.